Hello everyone, welcome to the recording for week 5 in IS323. The week 5 reading is chapter 7, Designing a Web Form. The week 5 discussion due Wednesday by 11:59 p.m. You're to respond to the 2 elements of the discussion. Cite your sources using APA and don't forget your in-text citation. You need 3 replies by Sunday. The week 5 assignment is due Sunday. You're to complete the Spice Bowl case problem 2 from tutorial 7 of your text. Zip all of the files and submit the zipped file. This is how it starts out, and then you're going to add the form, the payment form. Using your editor, open the SB payment and the SB validate. Enter your name and the date in the comment and resave the files, taking out the little text, txt. Then in the HTML file, add links to the SB forms and SB validate. And then you're going to add a script element to load the SB script JS file. So this is the script element. Inside the element is the code, and you can find that on page 506. The page will contain a form in which customers can log into their account directly after this SB logo.png image. Insert a form element with the ID log. Have the form use the HP example log. I'm not going to read the whole thing. Anyway, it's the body, the header. After the image, you're going to insert a form. And this is the method it was talking about, using the example, and the method is post. Then within the login form, insert the following fields and controls. A text input box with the ID user box for the username field, see page 511, and then a text input box with the ID password box for the password field. And those are both similar. So then you're going to next insert a payment form directly below the payment form header. Insert a form element that will employ an action, and assign the web form the ID payment. So you have payment form, then you have format ID, payment action. And then you're going to insert the field set, ID billing, and you're going to insert a legend, which is legend billing information, required legend. Within the billing field set, add the labels and input boxes specified in figure 764. So I've showed you here the label for first box, input name, ID first box, and so forth. You're going to create a data list with the ID state list containing the 2-letter abbreviations of all the states. That's on page 554, the creating of the data list. Then the text of the zip field should follow this expression, so that's what I've shown you here. And set the default of the country field to United States. Create a field set with the ID credit card which you use to insert credit card fields. Add the legend credit card required. Then within the credit card field set, insert another field set containing 4 label elements, with each label element belonging to the credit card class. So this is showing one label, credit card class, card label, and then this, for instance, this one's for American Express, And this is the label for credit card class. Input name, card required, and then pattern equals. So this is where in this section that it talks about the pattern. So the regular expression pattern for credit card numbers. Then you're going to create the expiration date label associated with the month list control. Add a selection list with the ID month list for the card month field. And look on 531 for creating a selection list. Add a selection list with the ID year list for the card year field. And so that's what I've shown you here. Card year identified. ID is year list, required option value, year option. So save your changes to the file and then go to the validate in your editor to design the validation style. So you're going to open up your validation, your CSS validate. Then in the validation style section, insert the following style rules to perform inline validation. For every input element that is not a radio button in other words, and that has the focus, so this is part of the code, input not, type radio. This is not the full code, you'll have to look that up. For every input element that is not a radio type and that has the focus with a valid value, change the background color. So input not type equals radio, focus valid, and then this one's focus invalid. And then of course I didn't add the background that would come after that. And that's what you add for that. So it's similar to this, only it's talking about the focus, valid or invalid. Save your changes and then open your payment in the browser. Make sure that you cannot submit the form without all the required fields entered. Verify the validation checks for the credit card number. So you can type in this incorrect number and then type in this correct number. Which follows a valid credit card pattern. So the first number is not valid, the second one is, and see if your validation works. Then make sure you validate your file, both files. Zip all the files together and submit the one to the submission area. The quiz is due Sunday. You may only take it once. Know what information entered into a field is called. Oh wait, it's called a value. I guess I couldn't find that a page number. Know what an input box looks like, page 513. Know what a check box looks like, page 541. You probably already know this, but the name attribute of the form tag represents the older standard for identifying each form on the page. The type equals file, input type, displays a browse button to locate and select a file. Know the input type equals type, page 512. What happens when a radio button is in a group? That's on page 537. In the general syntax for the select and the option tags, each option tag represents an individual item in the selection list. What key do you press for non-contiguous selections? Page 534. What is the default value of the wrap attribute? Page 542. To create an action for a command button, you have to write a script or program that runs automatically when the button is clicked. Know the concise description of a character pattern, page 562. Use the select tag to specify a list. It is best, I can't even read today. It is best to use a legend to label each group. Among the attributes included with the form tag are attributes that include information on how to process the form. What are field sets? Page 508. While a user can select multiple items in a selection list, a user can only click or check one option in a group of radio buttons. Many browsers include what feature that automatically fills in input form values if they are based on previously filled out forms. Page 522. HTML supports attributes that allow you to create forms and analyze the information submitted on forms. Know what happens when a user selects the input box. Page 524. That's all I have for today. If you have any questions, please let me know.